Tisoč bolnic je na svetu, tisoč modro-belih rožic, spodaj res brez la 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 la, čisto joj. Na viziti tiste bele, na pregledu tiste plave, spodaj res brez la 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 la, čisto joj. Ja še danes me zanima, če so medicinske sestre, spodaj res brez la 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 la, čisto joj. Tisoč bolnic je na svetu.
Radi, ali ne čuješ?
Kolega, 10 minut je do začetka še ene končne odločitve smučarske tekme, sicer 10 minut klasična tehnika, literalni start, ladies and gentlemen, 10 minutes remaining to the start of women's 10 km interval start. Classic number 23, 20 nations, 50 pounds for technicals, and normally we will present, we will lead all the athletes as well as the fans. Really still and we always looking Larissa for the last individual competition of under 23 ladies, and then normally at 1 p.m. and then 4 again, we will make it to design the one and pasada okay, technique,
Gledajte tako vreme, neću zika, hvala.
Mislim da su učenike ne pizdiraju, kako vam biti? Kakva je? Ja, drugače ne pače, ja.
To je zdaj moram imeti spet.
Nekaj zadelati. Nekaj zadelati.
Vlog dol po televiziji gledati, dobro snimati.
Ne, veš kaj, tle kakšen pomočnik pa direktno na spod, pa gre nazaj, kje
Ja,
se
se vem, ja, se vem, okej, bom jaz nema obredi. Ja, da ti ti s kamero gledaj.
Ja, tle ti ovinka nimam, ne. Ne.
Drugače ti pa zdi, da ful veliko posnetke tale gledaj.
Ja?
Kamera.
Ja.
Tukaj najdel kranč naravnosti.
Ja, ja, dolgo se
Včeraj sem bil dol po televiziji, sem še rekel, kurva, najlepši tole.
No, ja.
Se je treba pohvaliti.
No, tako.
Ampak ker smo včeraj stili, dvi bodne snemo in so bili malo ljub, smo vsi jebali, veš. A si lahko smo jih danes kurva za...
A je tele?
Za potkana, vidiš?
Ja, ja.
So pa ene dva v ljub stala, veš, pa se ne pa zmerili.
Pa če je bolj več vode, se mi zdi, ne, da ne bulja.
Vsi smo mi naredili.
Ne.
Vse se jasno, da bo končila.
Pa tudi tle ste dvignili, se mi zdi.
Jaz pa bo še zratra, da bo
Ja.
Neč pa jaz tele,
Tam je nekaj, ja.
da bo mesto, da na ovih da pa ti licenci pa na muzijo.
Ja, ne, če ne bodo preveč do proge šli, je okej, ne.
Ja se si komu tam dol zalili, bi tam malo
Pa pa idej, ven, ker se vidi še brendi. A veš, se brendi vidi. Tlele, tej sponzori.
brendi, vsi mene posrejem po brendi.
Ti na skokih nisi tam zraven se dotek.
Ne, je kaj stavo na 600 hoditi, ne?
A ja.
Smisel s meni vidiš.
Si mislil, en je tam fejst obtožno sedel, ste neko kolega.
Aj potem sklipo,
Ja.
Jaz tako to že zgledam, ne, ni nič.
Well, a very good morning to you all and welcome back to Planica. We are on day 6 of the Junior World Championships cross-country World Championships for the under-23s and the juniors, which is effectively under-21. Today, the under-23 cross-country interval start in the classic technique. Well, we're getting used to this slightly wet weather in Planica. It's been a tough week for the organisers as they've worked hard to battle with the conditions. The warm air coming up from the Mediterranean, turning the snow into slush, and our competitors having to cope with that too. Monica Skinder gets us away first today. Regular on the World Cup, Monica. She will lead the way and set the initial times for the others to chase. The format for today, as you can see, is a interval start, effectively a time trial, 30 seconds between every one of the 55 athletes. I haven't been informed at this stage of anyone dropping out. So the whole thing therefore will take around about, well, you can see it there, 28 minutes to get everyone away. Jasmine Lyons, number 56. So I have an extra competitor on my list, which didn't feature last night when I downloaded and printed off the start list. So not the easiest conditions to race in. Poor snow conditions making it quite challenging, particularly given that we are today racing in the classic technique. We saw the same format yesterday with the juniors, the under-21s. Evelina Krusell of Sweden taking gold. Gina Del Rio of Andorra, another medal at these championships. That means she has now the whole set. Not likely to race tomorrow in the mixed relay. I don't think Andorra have a strong enough team to field. So she goes home, nevertheless, with 3 medals. She would have liked to have had 3 golds, but there's something quite cool about taking one of each. So Del Rio yesterday from Andorra in this event, taking the silver, and Anniken Sand of Norway, always only medal in the women's field yesterday, the bronze medal for Anniken. So we're about to get away. This is Monika Skinder from Poland, 29th in the sprints, just qualified but didn't progress beyond the quarterfinals. Regular on the World Cup and in fact has raced at World Championships and Olympic level. Polish sprint champion last year. Away she goes. So 30 seconds gap between each one of these under 23 world-class athletes. I think it's fair to say that the very best competing today will be heading away in about 15 minutes or so. Skartal of Turkey, just 20 years old, 55th in the sprints. Actually, 55th means she was last in the qualification round, but second in the Balkan Cup sprint last year. Has had a little bit of success, but you will immediately start to see the fairly broad variety of talent racing today. So important for these less experienced athletes to get to race against some of the world's best. Helps them understand what they've got to aim for. Another Polish competitor to get away, Jarika, 40th in the 20-kilometer race 2 days ago. Has had 2 top 10 results in the Slavic Cup. Best result ever, I think, was 20th in the Alpine Cup. And that was a 10-kilometer in the freestyle technique. Baikisheva of Kazakhstan gets away. Worth mentioning at this stage, the waxing challenge, I think. Strong double poling start from the Kazakhstan athlete. I wonder whether there is anyone brave enough to do what Milbeck of Sweden did yesterday and to go waxless, no sticky wax under the middle of the ski. That allows them to double pole the whole course. You've got to be strong to do that. Nina Seaman of the USA, 21 years old, races for Dartmouth ski team in the USA. Best result ever so far has been the 3rd in the Super Tour. That was last month in the sprints. Certainly a good, very good sprinter. Phoebe Cridland of Australia. Great to see some of the Australians racing at these championships. 37th 2 days ago, has raced at World Cup. Best results all seem to have come in the freestyle technique so far, but that is a good start from Phoebe. Amelia Wells going next for Canada. Didn't race in the 20-kilometer 2 days ago. 36 in the sprints means she didn't qualify, but halfway up the field, promoted this year to the World Cup team. Best results so far is 6th in the Continental Cup. Next away, Jasmine Drolet, 18th 2 days ago, has had 2 podiums in FIS races this year, over in the USA and 1 up in Canada, 3rd place actually in a 10-kilometer classic. So this is a race she enjoys and feels comfortable with. Number 9, the first of the Japanese competitors to get away, 42nd 2 days ago. Long way from Europe to compete, so a big investment coming here. Typically tends to race the Far East Cup. 2 podiums in December in those events. Very snatty looking Fisher skiers. Jelikova of Bulgaria, occasionally invited to World Cup competition for Bulgaria, has had many wins actually in the summer, well known for being an avid roller ski racer, a good way of training through the summer months and certainly helps to keep you in good shape, good ski shape. So Rosie Fordham, good result 2 days ago, made the top 20, 1 of 3 racing today for Australia, the best I suspect. Yes, it suggests that 19th place I think is the best Australian result. Has had a podium this year in Soldier Hollow. That was in a 7.5 kilometer, but on that occasion freestyle technique again. Now then, Hayley Brewster from the USA, 2nd 2 days ago, showed her capability in the sprint races, 4th to qualify, 4th fastest, ended up in 13th place, so it didn't go so well, but 2nd in the 20-kilometer freestyle. Just 20 years old, has had several wins in FIS events. in North America, so clearly one of the favorites for today. Now then, de Chauffeur, first time she's raced this week. She didn't do either the sprint or the 20 kilometer, the regular competitor for France at Alpine Cups. Today, she will be looking to get a good enough result to encourage the selectors to move her into World Cup competition. So Monica Skinder just coming through the 1.85 kilometer point. Time of just over 6 minutes. Thunheimer of Germany gets away next, wearing number 14. Best results this week were in the sprints. Came 19th from Oberstdorf. Had a third place in the 5K ski classic race in Galtour in Austria this year. I'm sure she'd love to represent Germany on home snow in Galtour. That's something she will be aiming for in the future. Lundgren Wittstrom of Sweden has competed at FIS level on many occasions. A 10 kilometer classic race in Falun a couple of weeks ago, 5th place. Again, another favorite for today. One of the athletes who's comfortable with this classic technique. So coming through the 1.85 kilometer point. Kazakhstan, the lead at this point, 15 seconds up on Monica Skinder. Here comes Phoebe Cridland of Australia, approaching that point. Give you a time in a second as she goes through. I have her on my screen. Kukanleetu of Finland, wearing number 18. Didn't finish the 20 kilometer. I'm not sure why. Did qualify for the sprints, but progressed no further, so is not having a great week. The Finns typically known for being sticklers at technical ability in the classic technique. So watch her get away. You'll see the difference. Some of the better technicians on classic skis show and how they tend to cope better, especially in these tricky conditions. Jasmine Drolet of Canada, looking relaxed, good, strong, upright position. You start to see the technique get ragged as they get more and more tired throughout the race. Body tends to sort of lean forward, start putting more weight on your arms. That was Chloe Peña of France getting away 12th in the 20 kilometer 2 days ago. Very light, very lean, sort of a whippet type athlete. Kind of athlete that seems to do well. Whenever you throw huge steep hills at these cross-country skiers, it's the lighter, slimmer athletes that tend to cope well, especially when the conditions get soft, slushy, and slow. Ilanamia of Finland qualified second fastest on Tuesday and went on to take silver medal in the sprints, but only managed 23rd overall in the 20k. Haley Brewster looking comfortable. So the fog, a common feature here this week. It's come and gone. It hasn't been a significant factor. Affected our pictures slightly, but nothing other than that. Of course, that's different if you're at the Biathlon World Championships, which are taking place currently over in the Czech Republic in Novo Mesto. Men's 10 kilometer time trial, 10 kilometer sprint as it's known later. they'll be competing in floodlights up in Novo Mesto. So, Rakasheva of Kazakhstan coming through at this stage with certainly the quickest time, 28 seconds up on Skinder. Setting a very, very impressive time so far. Couldn't tell actually whether she has been brave enough to go off with no wax. So we catch sight of Lundgren Viksten of Sweden, that very distinctive Swedish suit. Number 24, Honda of Japan. Didn't sprint early on in the week, didn't do the sprints, but managed a decent 22nd place for Japan in the 20 kilometer. Here comes number 14, Thanmeyer from Oberstdorf. Has grown up watching cross-country skiing in her hometown. Fürstenberg, another German, number 25, didn't finish in the 20 kilometer for some reason. Started but chose not to finish. The conditions on that day really very difficult, but did do the sprints and ended up in 14th place. Let's see how Lundgren Viksten is getting on. She's got 20 seconds to get past that timing one. She's going to comfortably be inside that time, I think. Well, I might have to adjust my predictions. There you go, just outside. So pretty much on form with Duchefort of France, currently first place. Henriksson of Sweden out of the start gate. Mediocre results really for her this week. 26th in the sprint, 27th in the 20 kilometer race. Definitely keen to improve on that. And Kendall Kramer of the USA going off. Number 28, 17th, 2 days ago. Looked good, looked strong, powerful skater. We'll see. I've not seen her race classic before, but no signs of any kick wax coming out of the gate. So no initial two-phase start, which sometimes gives away the fact that they've decided to go with no wax. That's a brave move if she has. Verena Veit of Germany qualified 16th fastest on Tuesday, went on to just miss the podium. 4th place for Germany in the sprints. She definitely has kick wax on, as you could see. So, one of the Finnish athletes showing us positive, powerful, classic technique. Hips rotated as the ski goes forward. It's not just the foot that moves forward, it's the knee and the hip above it, and that then ensures that the whole of the body weight is propelled forward. Looks to me as if number 19, Painter of France, another technically sound, solid athlete, comes through, takes 3rd place at this stage. Nothing in it. The top 3 all within 1 second, and Thanmeyer of Germany almost 3 seconds further back. Get the so just a few, for those of you who are not that informed on the waxing requirements for a race like this, the ski essentially has 2 sections to it: the front and the back of the ski. The bow allowing the skis to run smoothly. The front and the back of the ski have glide wax. It's a very slippy wax on them is one way of looking at it, so it glides well. But when you put all your weight on one ski, as we can see Didier Laurent do here, the bow is compressed down into the snow. So the stick wax, as we call it, the grip wax that's underneath the foot, connects with the snow, allows you to kick and propel yourself forward before you then transfer your weight to the other ski. And Didier Laurent of France goes ahead at this stage. Now she's going to rely on the bow of the ski to lift the middle of the ski away from the snow and allow the faster glide wax under the front and the back of the skis. When you've got feet evenly weighted on both skis, the bow just lifts the middle of the skis away from the snow so that the glide wax can then do its job as she goes down that hill towards that fast right-hand corner that we saw in the 20-kilometer race a few days ago. Anna Heggen of Norway, number 34, hasn't raced so far this week, so we don't know what form Heggen is on, but if someone starts for Norway at a Junior World Championships, it usually means, well, they're a contender. Pirel of France puts the third French athlete into the top 4 at this stage, going through the 1.85 kilometer point. Kaidi Kasiku of Estonia, one of 2 sisters racing today. Her sister Kaidi, forgive me if I get the names confused, Kaidi just heading away in number 35. Yes, I did get the names confused. So both Kasiku sisters are out on course now, as we see Marina Kalin of Switzerland, already a star of the show, having won 2 days ago in the freestyle 20-kilometer race from St. Moritz. So has grown up at altitude, always helpful. Young lungs developing where the air is a little thinner. That'll help her today. Marta Rosenberg from Sweden, 15th 2 days ago, 16th 4 days ago. Really needs a good result. Those consistent performances suggest that she does have the ability to win today. Partner of Oscar Svensson, fellow World Cup Swedish athlete. Vilma Ritti of Finland goes next, number 38. Top 20 just 2 days ago. Unfortunately had a fall coming through the stadium, trying to grab hold of a drink from a team member, support team member, and that probably cost her a good 10 seconds, otherwise she'd have been well inside the top 20. Now then, Brunsveen Jensen of Norway, not a sprint, or at least didn't sprint race on Tuesday, but came here and 13th place 2 days ago suggests that we should see something special from Tuva today. Keep an eye on her time. We're right in the middle now of what you might class the seeded races starting and get away. Anja Wiebe for Switzerland will leave in about 45 seconds. She's performed well this week, another Swiss athlete. But before we see her, Foyen of Norway gets away, didn't race the 20k, wasn't selected for the freestyle race, having, well, sprinted reasonably well 4 days ago in the sprint races. So number 30, Nadine Laurent, 7th in the sprints, definitely known for sprinting, but looks to me like she might have been brave enough to go out today with no kick wax. We'll get a time for Nadine Laurent, which will give us a sense of how well she is going, given that most of the track that she's covered so far is uphill. Well, 16th place, 23 seconds down. Those skis are going to have to be super quick coming back towards the stadium to make up that kind of deficit, but we will see. Have a sense of how well she is doing when she comes through the stadium in about 2 minutes' time. Number 43 is Nadia Kalin of Switzerland, for some reason didn't finish a couple of days ago in the 20 kilometer. Not sure why. May have had a fall, was a tricky corner. May have just felt a little out of sorts, but raced 4 days ago, 17th place after the quarterfinals. This was where we saw Nadine Laurent, I think it was, a few minutes ago, double polling. Novin McCabe of the USA came 4th 2 days ago. That's always a good result, but in some ways the worst. Just missing a medal. Top 20 at World Cup in Davos in a classic race not so long ago. So he's on good form, as is Marte Bergan of Norway. Probably, therefore, the favourite, 12th in GOMS just a couple of weeks ago. 2nd overall in the World Cup standings for the under-23s. Helped Norway to win a bronze medal in GOMS in the relay. 7th place in the 20, which for Bergan suggests that she didn't have the best of races that day. Perhaps looking to improve on that, clearly looking to, but maybe she can if her classic technique is stronger than her skating technique. Maria Kalin just going past the camera there. Quick skate across to change tracks. You can see the difference in speed. You're allowed to put a little skate in if you're changing tracks or going around a corner, changing direction. But the stewards out on the track ensuring people aren't abusing that privilege, that right. And sometimes, well, look at this. A little bit of slippage for Kalin. The grip wax not working so well. Let's hope that that does mean that her glide wax on the downhills can help move her up, if you like, from where was it? Around about 8th place, I think. 37. This is Rosenberg, Marta Rosenberg. She's looking good. Look at that. It's good to see the technique extended and progressive, let's say, as you come across the top of this highest point. Rosenberg at this point, 1.85 kilometers, 4 seconds up on our teammate Henriksson from Sweden, who is ahead of Kaidi Kasiku of Estonia, one of the Kaidi sisters. Later of Finland, 31 seconds down at this stage. Big deficit to make up. Number 42, Helen Hoffman, 6th a couple of days ago. Couple of wins, Alpine Cup. Think of Alpine Cup really as sort of European Cup championships. So essentially the one of the few circuits in the season that's just below World Cup. So if you're not making the World Cup team, you're sent to the Alpine Cup team, or if you're in Asia, maybe the Far East Cup, to hone your skills and develop and ensure you're still competing at a good standard with all of the support that you need. Waxing and timing and massage, medical support provided certainly by the bigger teams like Germany and Switzerland. This looks good for Anja Weber of Switzerland, looking strong. 3rd place, coming through the 1.9 kilometer point. Helen Hoffman approaching that timer. Not going to get inside that time, I don't think, but not far off. Strong, powerful athlete from Germany. Going to be about, I don't know, 15 seconds off the pace. Quite a margin to make up so early in the race. 13 seconds, so goes into 6th place. 42 starters through at this point. Next to come through, the timing one. It's to me, Swiss athlete, Nadja Kalin. Not sure why she didn't finish in the 20 2 days ago, but somehow decided dropping out was the best tactic. Novia McCabe pushing ahead there, giving number 25. That's Theresa Fürstenberg from Germany. A little bit of a toe. So much easier to have someone look at the way that she will just copy and synchronize her technique. Quick check to see whether that was a better track, or maybe even Novia McCabe just sensed that the German athlete wanted to come past, so changed track to move out of the way. So we're coming through just over the halfway point, and Fürstenberg of Germany currently in 2nd place. Novia McCabe obviously 1 lap behind, going through that timer for the first time. Here's Margitta Bergan of Norway. What time is she going to produce? 10 seconds. So, given that she is a quality athlete who is used to racing this distance with pressure, regular World Cup contender, suggests that that's more to do with pacing or could be an issue with the kick wax. All pretty much uphill to this point, this first timing one. Bergan in 5th place, 10 seconds off the pace, the best of the Norwegians so far. So 2 Swedish athletes through that point, 2 Swiss athletes, and then Norway in 5th. Looking further ahead, just checking my system at the 3.3 kilometer point. It's Mette Rosenberg of Sweden in 1st place, 9 seconds ahead of her teammate Henriksson. You then have Marina Kalin of Switzerland, 14 seconds behind, and then Kaidi Kasiku of Estonia, 19 seconds behind Mette Rosenberg of Sweden at the 3.3 kilometer point. I'll try and keep you informed as others move ahead. As I say it, Anja Weber of Switzerland moves into 3rd place, just behind Henriksson of Sweden. So at the 3.3 kilometer point, just passing down the hill away from our view at the moment in the stadium, Weber of Switzerland in bronze medal position ahead of Marina Kalin of Switzerland, the winner 2 days ago in the 20. As we see, well, we were about to see the German athlete coming through, Helen Hoffmann. She goes into 5th place for Germany, 18 seconds down. Here's Kramer of the USA. And I'm afraid I missed her time. I was looking at too many screens, so forgive me. Number 31 is Lisa Ingersson of Sweden. Already made up the 30 seconds. On the Italian athlete whose technique, that is a real indication that the wax is not working. She's going to have to consider she's slipping. The hips are rolling way too much. It means she's desperately trying to get that ski down and pressed hard into the snow, but it's not working and she's losing ground on the Swedish athlete. Ingersson, 34th Ingersson in the 20 kilometer. Look at the distance that she's managed to open up on that section of this first hill. Number 12. Now then, this is Hayley Brewster, 2nd 2 days ago. Doesn't take first slot there, having gone through for the second time. Just going to have a look. I missed who it was that was in the lead. Jasmine Drolet of Canada was in the lead at the 8.5 kilometer point. So, 2 seconds down, Brewster. Let's come back to that. Kasiku of Estonia coming through. She will go, it looks like, into third place, but 26 seconds down on Henriksson of Sweden. And there are quicker athletes behind her, so she'll be pushed down further as the race progresses. Anja Hagen of Norway. We've not seen her race this week so far. So this first marker at the 1.9 kilometer point will give us a sense of her potential today, and I don't think it's looking quite so good for Hagen. No, not a good sign. Here comes Kasiku of Estonia, number 35, the sister. Both sisters, Kasiku sisters, 2 days ago, taking 9th and 10th place. So, Marta Rosenberg of Sweden, currently the leader. Look at the technique. You can see the hip all the way forward. Technically, a brilliant, brilliant skier. A little bit of a slip there. Now, that's not necessarily a bad sign, because you have to manage how much kick wax you choose to use. Use too much, too sticky, too grippy, and of course it affects the downhill. Too little, and you have to press too hard. A little bit of slippage. We often see that with the Swedes and the Norwegians, who always push the limit with the kick wax to ensure the glide is as good as it possibly can be. And Marta Rosenberg there looks like she's got it bang on. Not far to go now for Rosenberg. So far so good. Some of this kick wax will be stripped off by these harsh conditions. The snow having melted and frozen several times this week. A lot of artificial snow in these conditions as well, and that is sort of grippy and aggressive, so it pulls that kick wax off, and by the end of certainly the end of a 20 kilometer race, there's very little left, and so you struggle towards the end of the race. Your glide improves a little, but your kick and grip tends to reduce. This is Anja Weber of Switzerland, a hopeful for today, and the Swiss having a pretty good week. Great to see that the gold medals have not all been won by Sweden and Norway, which we do tend to see, sadly, at World Cup level, with perhaps one or two exceptions. Jessie Diggins, clearly, on the women's side, the exception to that, having led the World Cup for some time and is so far ahead. Number 35 coming through. This is Katie Kasiku, 9th, the best of the sisters in the 20 kilometer 2 days ago. Estonian athlete.
Ottisi la 3 km pa Bergane, 6. pojente Sentatorej, Margrethe Bergane je izgubila še 15 sekund proti Rosenbergovi. 5e sur Spagné, alors encore 550 mètres, rešiti sa 500 metrov.
The conditions, I think, affecting the number of supporters that are actually out on the track. It is Saturday morning, so no excuse. Slovenian athletes will be very well supported. Nadia Kalin of Switzerland. Someone clearly in the crowd giving her some encouragement. Get a time Assuming we stay with her, we do. So she's going to be a little off the pace of Rosenberg. Marta Rosenberg currently leading in the 10-kilometer Classic World Championships for the under 23 class. 14 seconds down on Rosenberg. Well, this is a good result for Rosenberg so far. Here she is, going through. 2/3 of the race done. She's 4 seconds, 5 seconds, just about up on her teammate Henriksson of Sweden. I've only just said it, haven't I, that the Swedes and the Norwegians tend to hog these podium places, and that may be the case today. Certainly Sweden and Switzerland doing well. I haven't mentioned Bergan for some time. So here she comes now. Let's see how she's doing. She's improved a little on her time earlier, so pacing it well, just 6.7 seconds off Marta Rosenberg, coming through the second time at that checkpoint. 44, Novia McCabe, been passed by Marta Bergan of Norway. That's not good feedback, but it's at least clear. You know where you are. And here's Henriksson, currently in second place at the second time coming through the stadium, but of course the first to come past this point, or the quickest I should say. This is the last time she'll go through that checkpoint. Now, it's not all downhill to the finish, but a lot of it is. As we see Namila of Finland come through, the fastest time so far. 8 seconds up on the Canadian. Don't think she's likely to add to her medal haul from earlier on in the week when she took a silver medal in the sprints. Clearly can't say that for sure, but the timing so far would suggest that she's going to be pushed down, certainly by a couple of the Swedish athletes, at least one Norwegian, and a couple of Swiss competitors still out on the course. Coming through the stadium for second time now, Foyd of Norway. We didn't get a time on her. Let me see if I can spot her time. Foyd of Norway. Well, not looking great because she isn't in the top 20, so not appearing on my screen. Veit of Germany is, though. She comes through. Veit is currently in 9th place, 34 seconds down on the leaders, and just 1 second behind Kaidi Kasiku. Number 21 finishing, Didier Laurent, way down, 122. So we're starting to see now some of the faster athletes, the higher seeded athletes coming through into the finish. This is Julie Pierrot of France. Not a bad result. Would love to hang on to a 5th place. It won't happen. Best so far this week was 31st, which means she just failed to qualify on Tuesday in the sprints qualification round. Here comes Henriksson now. She has over a minute to get to the finish line to easily, and it will be a relatively easy job for her to get ahead of the Finn Namila. Let's try and get a sense coming past those markers. 45 seconds left, so we'll subtract a time from Henriksson and 45 seconds to see roughly what it takes. She's out of the tracks. They're both out of the tracks. It feels quicker. Sometimes it is. Sometimes it isn't. So we know it's around about, what's that, 17 seconds from those markers to take the win. That's a good gauge for us now. As Henriksen moves into first place at the finish, teammate is 5 minutes behind her. I think this is probably her. We see in Marta Rosenberg of Sweden, currently the favourite to win today. A lot of athletes double poling on these gradual uphills usually suggest that the kick wax is not brilliant. Almost all of these athletes having used kick wax today, no real certainty that anyone else has done anything different. As we see Marta coming through, so she will know exactly how she's doing, and the pace, the tempo, the focus looks good. She knows she's on for a win today. This would be a great result. I have some friends back in the UK related to Marta, so they'll be watching this and hoping she can go home back to Sweden at the end of this week with a gold medal in the classic 10 kilometer. So you're allowed to just a little shout to ask number 50. That's Rotava of Kazakhstan, who kindly moved out of her way. Here comes Marta Rosenberg of Sweden. 16th 4 days ago, 15th 2 days ago. She's got 4.6 seconds, assuming her skis are good enough, and they were prepared by the same team, the Swedish technicians, having done a good job today getting these skis to be both fast on the downhills and grippy enough on the uphills. Ingersson of Sweden, she's not going to get inside that time of Henriksen, so isn't going to be in, certainly not in the first two places, and probably won't make the podium. Nevertheless, she is going to finish with a time of what? Around about, well, 30, just under 30 seconds down, I suspect, on Henriksen. By the time she crosses the line, we're a minute or two away from seeing Marta Rosenberg, the current leader in the Women's World Championships under 23 10 kilometer classic race. Ingersson goes through, 30 seconds. Well, my little marker in the snow there that I picked out. You can see at the base of these skis. You don't see it until they finish, but Ingersson going on what we call no-wax skis. That's a completely different system altogether. Gagnon of Canada coming through. She's not going to push Ingersson out of that slot that she just secured, I don't think. No, a little too far. It's going to be just out of reach, but goes into fourth place nevertheless. A good result for Gagnon of Canada. So 8th, 5th and 4th for the Canadian athletes. Solid, consistent results. That is a good sign for the future. Just 21-year-old Gagnon Lillian, 9th in Goms 2 weeks ago. That was an amazing result. So here we have number 33. This is Kaidi Kasiko of Estonia. 10th a few days ago in the 20 kilometer, looking to improve on that, and well, that result suggests she just might. She may manage to hang on to a top 10 result once again. Pain, lactic acid, cursing round the body, hard to smile. It's a little difficult not to for the cameras, but the last thing you want at this stage is a cameraman sticking the lens in your face. Leave me alone to suffer for a minute or two. 36 is Marina Kalin, our winner from 2 days ago. Well, the timer isn't being shown, and that's because she's close on her tail is Marta Rosenberg, our current leader in this race. She's passed every marker in first place. A little bit of a hiccup there. That could be costly. Let's see. Well, by my reckoning, she's going to be around 3 seconds inside Henriksen, assuming she's not so exhausted that she can't put out a little bit of a sprint coming into the final. What a disaster that would be if that little interruption. She's got 3, 2, 1 second and just gets inside. Wow, that was so close. Marta Rosenberg of Sweden goes into the gold medal position. Nice to see her teammate Lisa Ingersson head over. Well, the whole team really. Joining Marta. That was a tough finish. And teammate and partner Oscar Svensson, not racing right now, is up, I think, up in possibly up in Canada. We're competing on the World Cup. Marta Bergan, another one of the seeded favourites for today, going through the 8.5 kilometre point, 7.6 seconds down on Marta at this, Marta at this stage. So Marta being chased by Margrethe. Forgive me if I confuse the names just a second ago. Margrethe, the German, not far off the pace. Looks like she might just sneak into what I think is 4th place. The finish line right now, we've got Rosenberg of Sweden, Henriksson of Sweden, and Marina Kalin of Switzerland in 3rd. Brunsveen Jensen is not going to improve, not going to beat either of those times, is going to struggle to get in the top 10. Coming back to the leaders, Brunsveen Jensen there, 12th place. Number 42, Hoffmann of Germany. This is a powerful finish. Well, she has really come from nowhere. And you know what? It looks to me like she's going to take 1st place, yes. The speed is good. She looks like she's got enough time in hand. She has, absolutely. Unless anything goes wrong now, she is going to push Marta Rosenberg out of that 1st place and goes into 1st. Rosenberg pushed down to 2nd. Sweden also currently on the podium. In 3rd, Helen Hoffmann. Well, this, if she wins today, and it looks like she might, this will be the best result. Some quick finishes coming in now. The last hill proving, wow, look at this, just off the, well, we thought Rosenberg had it. It looked like she was going to take that gold medal, but you don't see the last 1.5 kilometers of this race. The downhill, a lot of downhill. Number 43, that's Nadia Kalin. Didn't finish the 20. Maybe decided it wasn't going well enough and needed to save herself for today. And currently in that 2nd place, silver medal slot for Germany. Sorry, for Switzerland. Germany currently in 1st place with Helen Hoffmann. Number 45, coming in strong. This Margrethe Bergan. How's it looking? No, she doesn't have enough time. She's going to be about 10 seconds off the pace, it would appear. Not likely to hold on to a podium position. Probably going to come in around about 5th place. Yeah, we'll hang on to that 5th place position. So the best result for Bergan this week, 7th and a 5th. No result in the sprint. Number 55 coming in. Local girl, Eva Moknik. Coming into the, actually, forgive me, no, she's at this stage just coming through the stadium. That would be something if number 55 was already finishing, but coming through the stadium, you'll hear the crowd. We won't see them, I don't think, but you will hear the cheers in the background local girl Moknik, known and supported, wins the prize for the biggest cheer today, and she has another 3.3 kilometers to go. Not gonna interrupt the podium places, given that she's already 5.5 minutes down. But what a wonderful opportunity to race as a junior at the highest level, and it really is, given that some of these athletes, we can see them here, some of these athletes have secured top 10 places at World Cup. Began of Norway being one of them, comes in at 5th. Currently Helen Hoffmann, and I don't think it's going to change. Helen Hoffmann of Germany going away with the gold medal. Nadia Kalin, Switzerland in 2nd, and Marta Rosenberg looked for a long time to be our likely winner today, but ended up in bronze, 4.7 seconds back. Teammate Henriksen just behind her, 1.5 seconds slower, just off the podium. See the rest of the results of those at least who have finished. Turkey's Skartal set off in 2nd place.
We are waiting for let's look up to the finish line.
This is Kalin. Silver medal today. Been a good week for the Swiss athletes. Marina Kalin, her sister, a couple of days ago getting a win in the 20-kilometer race. Silver medal today for Switzerland.
Edi Klassiko, then we have Brewster, Fighter, Platz 3, and then have Heidi Klassiko, Grossman Jensen, Fürstenberg, Tannheimer, Wieber, Kegel, and Pierre.
So the Kalin sisters having a good week. Marina, slightly better of the two, but Nadia, happy with silver today. Well, 1.2 seconds off gold. Hoffmann will be relieved that the athlete who started just 30 seconds behind her, bib number 43, Kalin, she had to wait 31.2 seconds to be certain of going home with the gold medal today. Vitakova of the Czech Republic comes in 36th, 254 behind. 56 starters today. Haven't seen a report of any dropping out as we see Marta Rosenberg, 3rd place today. For a long time assumed she was going to be the winner. I thought she would, but Nadia Kalin, Switzerland, coming in, pushing her down, and then, well, actually previous to that, number 42 had already finished, of course, Helen Hoffmann of Germany. And there's the obligatory photo jump. They seem to get the timing right there. Are they going to try again? Maybe they are. Let's see if we can see what's going on out on the course. This is number 53. This is another local girl, Zala Sepik. Looking very tired. She'll be very happy to get this over with, but I think if my suspicions are correct, she's got another hill to go up before she turns around and starts heading back towards the stadium where all the noise, and certainly for her, appreciative crowd are waiting to see her finish probably her biggest race of her life. Don't have any particular figures as we now hear from the winner, Helen Hoffmann.
Yeah.
What was your secret today on the track?
I don't know. The first part I was a bit slow, but at the end it was very fast. Ja.
And you're speaking German?
Ja, also am Anfang bin ich eher ein bisschen langsamer angegangen, zum Ende hin ist es dann immer ein bisschen besser geworden.
Are you happy with the result?
Yeah, very happy. Thank you.
Well, it's obviously a slightly redundant question, I guess. Are you happy with your results? But never easy, really, to have a in-depth interview, let's say, from the younger athletes, the less experienced athletes. Let's see how Nadia Kalin gets on.
How did you feel during the race?
Well, I started pretty fast, I thought, and then I was like, oh, how the hell I'm gonna hold that pace for 3 laps, and then during the second lap I got like some stomach cramps, and I was thinking, oh no, because I had the same in like the 20k, and I was thinking just like, yeah, I have to push through now, it's the last race, so yeah, I'm really happy about that. Ich bin mega schnell gestartet und habe das Gefühl gehabt, boah, wie komme ich jetzt durch da 3 Runden in diesem Tempo, und dann habe ich noch Bauchweh bekommen während dem Rennen und ich dachte, boah, jetzt muss ich da durchlaufen, das letzte Rennen, das letzte 23 Rennen sogar für mich, und darum ja, bin ich mega froh, dass es jetzt klappt. Danke.
Well, that was helpful, wasn't it? Now we know what happened 2 days ago in the 20. She obviously had stomach cramps, had them today as well, and impressive really to have pushed through that. Decided 2 days ago that that was a good enough indicator for her to drop out. Let's hear from Marta Rosenberg. This is the best result ever so far.
I was thinking to like not open so fast, but I think I did, and then I was just waiting to die, and it happened at the end of the race. I was very tired then, but I'm happy that I made it to the podium. På svenska? Jo, men jag tänkte att jag skulle öppna lite lugnare, men jag tror inte att jag gjorde det, och sen kände jag bara så att jag kommer bli väldigt trött på slutet, och det blev jag. Men jag är väldigt glad att jag klarade till pallen, det är jag jätteglad över.
Gratulerar.
Tack så mycket. Du kan svenska?
Ja.
Ja.
Norsk.
So great to hear from Marta Rosenberg today. The Swedish athlete looked like she was going to win for most of the race, came through every one of the checkpoints in first place, and it wasn't until the German Helen Hoffmann, wearing number 42, started 2 or 3 seconds ahead of her, came through and pushed her down into second place, and then Nadia Kalin of Switzerland. Actually, I'd missed her times throughout the race, but I was surprised to see her finish. The sister of Kalin, who won, sister of our winner, Marina Kalin, 2 days ago. Pushed Marta down 1 more place into third, but Marta goes home today with a World Championships medal. Here she is. Look at the technique, strong, powerful. Little incident just approaching the stadium where one of the lesser athletes just got in her way, and that might have cost her a second or so, but I don't think it affected the results. Marta 4.7 seconds off the win. Here was our winner finishing, Helen Hoffmann of Germany, number 42. 2 days ago in the 20, and today's gold medalist. Well, thank you for joining us in Planica. We have the men's race coming up shortly. The under 23s, and that race starts at 12 o'clock UK time, so 1 hour. We'll be on air around 10 minutes before that, so join us if you can for the last of the individual races here in Slovenia, the men's 10-kilometer classic. So far this week in that category, we've had a win from Hombo of Norway in the sprints, Nordhagen of Germany,